Hi and welcome to one of my vintage HiFi videos. Now I've promised a couple of people some videos, two tuners and a receiver and Marantz, just give a opinion of, you know, how they sound compared to each other, some soldering tips maybe, but unfortunately one of them tuners is in my loft and my leg's been playing me up over nearly a week now and I just can't get up there at the moment. As soon as this comes off and fades away a bit, I'll nip up there and get that and put them together and sort that video out. And the soldering one, yeah, I'll have to dig out a board or something or the other and do a few bits of soldering to camera or something like that. Something I haven't really thought about, to be honest with you. Or grab a few pictures off of eBay, off of the internet, maybe with some dry joints to look out for, and some general tips maybe that may be advantage to some people. Anyway, that'll come up soon. Hopefully I'll have a think about that. Yeah, I say this is the only reason I brought this down is it's the only one I've got to hand really at the moment I can quickly do a review on. Also, another thing bugging me that I'll probably do a follow-up video on now that I can't get about so much is that these items on eBay that have been serviced, you know, I've seen so many now that's coming up that's been serviced, this has been serviced, and it's, you know, something, you know, you want to be wary of how much servicing has actually gone on. What's happened? Is it just a case they've opened the lid and blown the dust off, or it just sounds okay to them that's been serviced? Because it obviously, when you go to buy something and see that word service, you're going to think, oh, this is going to give me many years to come pleasure. And I've got to worry, it's all been done for me, where there's probably no, I don't know what percentage, but you know, it's going to be maybe not the case with some sellers or some people. You may be getting ripped off, maybe that's the word, but I may offend a few people now, but you know, just a thing that bugging me, and I don't like seeing other people get ripped off or whatever, because amplifier probably, service probably like not so intense or so much involved. Not that I'm no expert like some, I'm intermediate, but these receivers and tuners are quite, you know, a bit more involved. The service, you know, actually doing a proper service on a tuner and a proper service on a receiver. Got to have a couple of oscilloscopes, got to have a signal generator, got to have a few items around them, like, you with me? So maybe ask what they've actually done. If you actually download a few service manuals yourself off the internet, you'll see a few. I can't remember the name of the site, I'll probably put a link below that does the service manuals. You'll see that the services on the tuners and receivers are a little bit more involved than just blowing a bit of dust off or just spraying a few knobs with a bit of contact cleaner. So anyway, just take the, maybe, you know, think about there when you're buying stuff, and also when these people are putting like a plant pot on top or next to a nice lamp, I've done, no, next to a nice lamp or something, or a nice table or something like that, making it look more, and a great big description all about it, you know what I mean, telling you where the resistor was made and everything, like, you know what I mean, telling you the bloke who put it together, that kind of thing, sucking you in maybe, not I'm saying anyone's silly, but you know, just enticing you in there maybe to pay more and outbid the next bloke, think you're going to get something that's unbelievable, when maybe it ain't. I mean, I've got, no, I'm not being jealous or anything, I'm just giving a true opinion. I've got a tuner up for sale at the moment, 2050, it's got its marks. I've told the true story of how it is. Yeah, I've seen others on there where it's got like in mint condition, something like that, and when you zoom in I can actually see marks on it. It's not mint, you've got a few marks there that haven't been but once you've got it home and that, you may be going to think, oh, I'll keep it anyway, that kind of thing. Anyway, just, you know, just to maybe be a bit wary about it, have a good look at the item, like, you know, not everything's been said about the item maybe. Anyway, the reason I'm reviewing this is because I bought this off of eBay. This was a pickup, I paid £30 for it a little while ago, bloke didn't know if it works or not. One of them kind of scenarios, so you're taking a chance. Not that it's worth any, you know, any fortunes. It's probably, I probably bought it about half the price it's worth, I suppose. But it was, you know, I say, didn't know if it worked. Plus, it had a few, like, this top's pitted, like it's rusting maybe, or got some marks on it, or, you know, I mean, here's a picture of the top. Maybe you make your own mind up exactly what it is. Probably maybe rusting a bit. So that may need sanding down by an expert or someone who knows what they're doing, not me, and respraying, or just leaving it as it is, if, you know, if you're happy enough with that. Inside was fairly clean, considering it's got a big air vent, because this particular receiver, these kind of receivers, I think, like, as you up the wattage, they get quite warm inside. So yeah, it's got plenty of air vents to keep it cool as possible, and obviously that goes the dust. But inside was quite good as it happens. It was hardly any dust at all, really, to be honest with you. Just a little bit here and there, like, you know what I mean. Yeah, like settled dust. Some dust you may not be able to get off the ball, so it is dusty in there, but not, as you can see, you know, on the pictures, it's nothing like to worry about. That's for certain. Yeah, going back to the outside here, this flap here is quite marked as well. I don't know if you can see that with the light shining on it, probably not. I'll move it about a bit there. But also, it don't stay down. I don't know how it actually stood down, or stayed down, shall I say. It was like Velcro or magnet or what. but during the course of me talking, it will flick back up. This is just for the presets of the tuner, and I'm going to be honest, I'm going to stick this back on eBay once I finish this. Is probably a collection only because it weighs an absolute ton, about 15 kilo thereabouts. I don't particularly like the look of it. It's growing on me a little bit, but I'm not a fan of the look. I know the look shouldn't put you off if you're buying something, or the make. I mean, I've said in a few of my videos, I think now, that don't matter what make it is, as long as it sounds alright, I'll tell you it sounds alright. If it sounds crap, I'll tell you. But yeah, I'm not a great fan. Like I say, it's growing on me a little bit, but anyway, that's just my opinion. Some people may love it, some people may hate it as well. So if I spin it round a minute anyway, just to show you the backs. We're a little bit limited on connections here. There you can see the back. I mean, the air hasn't been touched. Whoever had it never moved the air at all. That's the original tape when it was sold. The air actually comes out and turns round. Got your normal one set of speakers, just the one set of speakers here. Kettle lead for your main supply. You've got your turntable input there. Your antennas there, like for your medium wave, AM medium wave, long wave, or your FM. And you've got the built-in antenna and the external one for your medium long wave. And you just got a tape input other than that. So if you're going to connect a CD player to it, you would have to use the tape input there. So if I swing it back round, and as you're using the tape input, you would have to use tape monitor, which is this button here, that flick switch there. So when you want to listen to the tape, stroke CD player you've got plugged in, you would have to flick that down. Right, just a little how I feel about the item. It's got these kind of clicky knobs. We'll just go over it a little bit more before I go to the sound. It's got these clicky position knobs, which you can stop halfway in between, so it gives you quite a bit of control. I'm not a fan of these clicky knobs, really. I suppose they feel nice, but you haven't got full control on some. Some of them click from one position to the other, and that's it. So if you wanted to really fine tune it, you have to do it in one stage rather than half a stage, so to speak, or a quarter a stage, that kind of thing. And that's with the bass and treble. The balance has just got the click in the middle. Then obviously you've got your loudness, tape monitor, your mono or FM, it's the mode, FM mono or normal mono speakers, and your AFC for your tuner, like to keep the signal there nice and strong. Yeah, just got phono, FM, medium wave, long wave on that control there. Your tuning here, your presets there, one's manual so you can just do it manually. And the rest are just already preset, which you preset underneath there that keeps flipping up. Also, the volume control is another clicky one. Now I've noticed with this, and I know a couple of people that got higher end of amplifiers like 3,000, 2,000 pound amps, and they've got these clicking volumes, which don't really give you full control, because it seems to be like, it's more apparent maybe at night, is when you're listening to some low volume music, you've done it too loud. You kind of got it here and you think, oh, not quite loud enough, but then you flick it, just one little click, and I've noticed it on this, boom, it's come up a bit too loud. This one doesn't go in between, it is on the click. So even though you're paying all that money, you never really got, it's like having a car and you can only, the accelerator's only in 5 positions, so to speak, or something like, or 10 positions, and you want to kind of get it at a certain speed, and you can't, I'm doing 31, oh no, I'm doing 35, I can't seem to get 33, that kind of thing, like, you with me? So, yeah, debatable. Some people like it, some people won't. I don't know. I'll say, not a great fan of it, I suppose that'd be the word. Right, how did it sound? Okay then. I'll start off with the radio. Let's go over the back here. Yeah, the radio, you've got to get that signal meter over 4. I didn't notice quite a bit of background noise. If you had it less than 4, it's like 3.5 or something. So once you've got to really get it to 4.5, so it's not a strong reception, I don't suppose. You want a decent aerial with this. Well, like most receivers, you need a decent aerial, but a decent aerial definitely. I found the bass on the, I've turned the bass down 1, by the way, and this is a little bit on the bass side, this amplifier, and so's these speakers is a little bit on the bassy side. So I've knocked it down 1, which I think they're doing a lot of tests I do. On the radio, I found the bass just a little bit muddling, not so clear on the radio, the bass. But I found, the rest of it was very open, very spacious, the radio, very open, nice sounding, just like I say, a bit muddly on the bass, but nice sounding and open, the radio. I found it nice, near enough a sweet kind of sounding, the radio. Yeah, it sounded nice, the radio. I was quite impressed by the radio. So that's the radio there. As for the, I'll use a CD player. I didn't bother connecting up the record player to this, to be honest with you. But on the CD player, I found it to be very punchy. The bass is thud. It's got a lot of power behind it. The bass is thud. It's a strong bass. It's powerful. With the right speakers, obviously a little pair of speakers, you're not going to hear that, but no, these are 8-inch, I think, cones in them. So yeah, you know, bigger the better, I suppose. But yeah, right, thuddy bass, powerful bass. Vocals sounded nice, a little bit on the bright side maybe, but they sounded nice. Like I say, the treble mid-range, a bit on the bright side, a bit metallic. The sound, a bit metallic, I would say the sound is on that kind of that frequency range, a little bit metallic, like when you're hitting a cymbal, so to speak, you know, a ride cymbal sound. It's a little bit more of a belly sound to it than it as a cymbal sound. That kind of, you know, I'm kind of hearing that, if you know what I mean. If that kind of explains it well, but it's clear. It's clear, but a little bit, maybe a little bit on the bright side. Yeah, I thought the you know, that frequency range was. But other than that, you know, quite a good little amp, like, you know what I mean. It's quite a receiver, so it's quite, you know, quite good. Like I say, I'll pay 30. I'm not going to keep it. A lot of these items I'm not keeping. I don't like, you know, the looks ain't for me. And it's okay, you know what I mean. It sounds pretty good, but you know, I'm going through them and I've got getting a few favourites here and there now that I'm picking up, and I'm going to try and, like I say, work my way up. So, you know, it's towards the bottom of the range again. So yeah, it's okay. Like I say, on eBay, I think you're going to pay £60 average. I would have thought for it, £70 maybe. I wouldn't really pay much more than that. You know what I mean? That's the kind of going rate. So don't, like I say, don't get sucked in paying too much for it. Yeah. So that's it really. Yeah. Yeah. All in all, it's, you know, it's quite a good little amp receiver. Yeah. There you go, really. Yeah, so yeah, I can't knock it, that's for certain. You know, I recommend it to anyone that's, you know, thinking about buying, especially if you like the old thud and you're a bassy person. It's, you know, it's quite tight, the bass, like I say, a bit muddly on the radio, but quite tight. With CD player, it's tight. So yeah, that's it really. Yeah, I will come back at some stage. Like I say, you know, I like to get a bit about these services, like ticking over my head at the moment. I don't want anyone getting ripped off, that's for certain. So that's it. So I'll say thanks for watching. Until my next video, I'll see you all soon.